So we all know our TDs and senators are woke to the bone. The media were out the other day with the sad face, saying they're working 70 hours a week. Now you must be joking. Any of them work 70 hours a week. There's something. None of them are working 10 minutes, let alone 70 hours a week. And so, they said to themselves, there's a budget coming up. The biggest homeless numbers in the history of state, young people fleeing in droves, Irish young people, to Australia, to New Zealand, because the country is bringing in the world and not bringing in the Irish. They're throwing the Irish out and bringing in the world, to be totally honest. That's what's happening. It's a reality. We can't deny it. And it's all because these fuckers sitting in Let's the House, to be totally honest. These are the people to blame. There's nobody else to blame but the people in Let's the House. Their decisions over the last few years. This is what's causing this. And then obviously nobody can buy a house for love or money. Hospital waiting lists, etc., etc. It's a scoliosis for children's surgery, non-existent. There's no money for that apparently. There's no money for anything, but when it comes to the TDs, there's money for that and senators. So a nice bonus for the TDs and senators of €1,000 extra, and then they're going to give themselves another boost next year and then the year after, because why not? We worked hard. So it was €1,112, 100,000, sorry, 112,000 euro. Excuse me. So it's so much numbers. Imagine all the TD's salaries up together. You have a fine number of money. So it's going to be €113,000 for a TD, plus expenses as allowances, the usual. So give on average about 250,000, give or take, per TD per year, isn't it? It's very handy. And they give out about working 70 hours to do on the granny, but the media pretends to do. Oh, they're so hard work. Look at these hard TDs. They're working. Look at these hard TDs. No, I'm not getting into that, but they work so hard. The debt is desperate in the doll. Like they're falling asleep, etc. Because they're that worked hard. The will and the granny, but also 78,000 now for a senator in Shannon Erwin, for what they do too, because the people from the Shannon are not elected by the public, for example. Nobody really contacts. No only job would contact those senators, to be told, to be more their TDs. But it's insane. So they're going to give themselves another pay rise next year, because believe it or not, but I suppose it's Banana Republic. Over the next few years, over the next two, and I think in the next few years, next 5 years or so, they're going to give themselves 11,000 in total. So this is just the beginning now. So it's probably going to give €1,000 every year up until 11,000. So it'll be over maybe €130,000. 140,000 maybe, going on 150,000 a year. And just to say, all these TDs too, none of them are, lying in the house starving or freezing to death. Not like so many. We know how many children in this country are in poverty. There's 250,000 children, or give or take, in poverty, and not even to mention children literally lying on the streets, living on the streets. And all these majority TDs and senators in the Dáil are multi-millionaires, are billionaires. So it makes you wonder, why did they need all this money? Because they're all our landlords. The majority of TDs in the Dáil are landlords. They own big portions of land. Like basically, they could buy the gaff. Basically, they don't need the money. Basically, none of them need the money. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. And it's funny when they say, "Oh, we care about the public, etc., etc." You hear them now up and when the election go, "Oh, we care about the Irish people. We never did before, but we pretend to care for a week or two, and then after that, we're going to fuck you over." Because let's be fair, they've been fucking us over for far too long. Only Irish people have to leave. Young people, I know tons. I could name probably 500 nearly at this stage. The people that have lived in Cardiff and have moved to Australia, New Zealand, to other countries, because over here you get fucked too much by the government. The government literally fucks you over. Like after the bike gate thing, or the bike shed, this just rings 100 times over, because after the bike shed controversy, and nobody seems to know who signed off, and it's very funny, isn't it? If somebody misgendered somebody, they'd be very quickly investigating that. But the bike shed, who cares? The government just don't give a shit. But long story short, it's just another slap in the face to the Irish Exchequer. Because again, it's not them that's paying for it, it's you and me, the people who have to go out and walk. These people sit in their bed probably all day. The only time they ever get up was when the Dáil is on, and still nonetheless they sit there like statues and say nothing about anything. To be totally honest, the way they're going on, you think they were living fucking in their own playbook. To be totally honest, it's all theatre, to be totally honest. But it's insane to see this, but we all know it. They only give a shit about themselves. That's to be totally honest. They only pretend to care. Now in the next few months you hear them, oh, we're going to do this. They don't give a shit. They only care about themselves. And this is a perfect example. You think they would say, we're not going to give ourselves that €1,000. That's going to go to some use in the Irish public. And that would be very noble if they came along and said that. That €1,000. Because if you add that up for all the TDs and all the senators, it'd be good. You'd probably be looking at maybe, God only knows, probably 500, more than 500 million or so. And then obviously they can give up the expenses, allowances and all that. But they won't do that, obviously. But you think they would and say, give it to community services or other stuff, other things that needed. But no such thing as that. That's where all the money from APA is going to go. It's going to go to the TDs, asylum seekers, everybody else but the Irish person. The Irish people, they won't do that. They hate the Irish people. They despise them. And this is just another example. They just despise you. They despise me. They hate us. As simple as that. But, great country.